I want to welcome everyone to this year's, I don't know if you could call it a fantasy football expedition, but it might be a fantasy in a lot of ways for a lot of you who are getting invited to this team. We're going to call it Team Lettow. And on Team Lettow, there's going to be a lot of responsibilities, just like a regular football team. And for this football team, we're going to be working on the defensive side of the ball a lot because we're all pretty aggressive guys, and I feel like this is the kind of style that we all want to play on the football field or in this team. And the team's going to be the guys who are in my wedding. So I got a wedding coming up. So Team Lettow wedding party. And without further ado, I want to let you know who the first member of the team is. It's maybe not the flashiest player, and he's probably going to be a little bit surprised that he made the team, but it is my brother-in-law, Matt. And Matt, you know, he's a little foreign to football. He likes computers and doing a lot of other stuff that I don't know why he does it, but apparently he gets paid to do it. Matt, he's a good guy. He's going to anchor the defense right at the set. He is our nose tackle in this unconventional defense. It's actually a 1-6-4 defense, and I just patented it. He's going to set the tone. He's going to be who we look to handle the offensive pressure that's coming from other players on the field, who we'll get to later. The next member of the team, one of my two best men, co-best men, is Josh Allen. And Josh, probably thinks that he has the athleticism to be a #1 starting corner on a defense, but he's a little advanced in age, and he's lost a step or two, but he's got a lot of experience. You know, we'll sit down around the campfire at some point and listen to stories of the good old days. So he's playing the #2 corner. We need the #1 quarter to have a little bit more athleticism at this point. So we're going to move over to the starting #1 corner in our defense, and it's going to be Joel McGranahan. Now, Joel does have some handicaps, and they have been mentioned over the course of time, in that he has very small hands. But Joel brings a lot to the table as a friend. Always been loyal, always counted on him for big plays, and that's what we're going to need out of him in this position at the #1 starting corner. Moving from there, we're going to go straight to the outside here. We need someone with a little bit more flash, someone who has experience, can make plays on both sides of the ball, and he might be a little bit, surprised to know he's in this too. But Kevin, my future brother-in-law, aka K-Rex, the big T-Rex. We're going to be using him in a lot of different ways. We're going to rely on his blitzing ability. He's kind of a wild card. He's married himself, so we're going to look for some of the advice. But at the same time, if we need someone with the hat that has the 2 beer cans, taking shots off his body, probably milk shots for the rest of the audience, but that could be Kevin too. From there, we're going to move to the other wing. A similar player, can kind of make stuff happen. Known him a long time. Big guy, so we expect big plays. We're going to go with Big Mocha, aka K-Dog. So K-Dog, we expect a lot from him. I've known him my whole life, basically. He's been there for me. He's dependable also, but K-Dog has resources that we all don't have. He makes a lot of money. He doesn't have a lot of expectations on his life. So we're probably going to call on him to run some different kind of plays. Probably some delayed blitzes, And depending on how that plays out in the next couple months, we'll let him be the judge of that. Moving on, I want to talk about someone who I've also known my entire life. Someone who we don't want to give too much responsibility to. We won't go into that, but it's JP. he's there kind of at the center of the defense. Technical difficulties, but don't worry about that. JP's still here, anchoring things in the sense that we don't need him to do a lot. So we're going to have him, just kind of handle his position. From there, we're moving on to probably the most solid guy I know, or one of the two most solid guys I know in the center of the defense. When stuff goes wrong, when you don't know what's coming at you and you need somebody to make a play, this guy's there. It's Jordan. Jordan's going to be at the center of the defense because he is Mr. Dependability. And we also need to depend on him for a little bit of excitement from time to time. And if we need that American flag Speedo, that's the guy to do it. So Jordan, you better pack your bags. Coming in at our second middle linebacker, and I haven't known the guy a very long time, but this guy, I have a feeling he's like the second Jordan in my life. And he's going to be my brother-in-law at some point. So we're going to throw Jeff right up here. And Jeff, you're going to be Jeff G, because I studied your last name for about 45 minutes and I still can't spell it. I'm like 3.5 letters in, so you're Jeff G. Jeff, Jordan 2.0, that's what we expect of you. Moving on, we got our last position, kind of the linebacker core. Also a very crucial position. You still got to make plays, still got to do big things for us. But this guy, family, if he wasn't family, he's like family. My cousin Nate. Natester, you aren't going to be here with us for the whole time, but we expect you to line up and do your part the week of the ceremony. So looking forward to it, buddy. Finally, we're coming to the edge of the secondary. The guys who need to take a lot of pressure off the rest of the defense to make plays when they're needed most. The first one of these guys that we're going to look to, kind of at the weak safety position, not because he's smaller. Okay, Mike, you are the smallest guy in the entire group. But, Mikey, you've been there for me in big places in my life, and I appreciate that. So I want you standing next to me that day. And I don't want to get mushy, because you can still knock someone out. Don't give yourself a seizure. That was low. That was just a joke. Finally, last but not least, my other co-best man. He's probably the only guy on this team that could legitimately play real deal football, even though he never played it. Kyle, AKA Wolverine, AKA Dub. When everything goes wrong, now that you are almost a parent yourself, coming down the hike, we need you to be there for us. When stuff doesn't go the right way, Kevin's got the hat on, Nate's flying in late, Josh is telling us stories in the campfire about whatever he used to do or however he used to think he did it. Joel's doing all kinds of nonsense at the time. Kellen's trying to make plays where we're not asking him to. Jordan's wearing his American flag underwear. We need you up top, making sure everyone's where they're supposed to be. So these are the guys I'm counting on to make sure everything in my life is the way it should be. These are the guys that made a difference for me. I love you guys. I'm excited for the next couple months. Congratulations.